Alright, this video is on how to access assignments, use the calendar, and use a late pass. There's three ways to access assignments and use late passes. The most common way students access assignments is through the calendar. I am currently looking at a course that is almost finished. In fact, today is May 21st, and students are preparing for their final exam for tomorrow. I'm going to pretend that I'm a student that needs to access the lesson 14 that was due a couple weeks ago. Since it was due 2 or 3 weeks ago, you don't see it in the calendar right now. But what I can do is move up here and click these symbols to reverse the calendar and see things that were due in the past. Now I see that lesson 14 was due on April 27th, which was about 3 weeks before today's date. One thing I want to show you about the calendar right now is, suppose I wanted this row to be the top row of the calendar. I could click on the number 27 and it would bring that row to the top of the calendar. Bringing that to the top row lets me see the lesson 14 due date as well as today's date, which is the 21st. To access those assignments, I'll click on the cell that it was due. The cell turns pink. Notice that the Use Late Pass link only shows for the student for the lesson 14 video assignment. That's because this student did not meet the prerequisite score to be able to open up the homework and the rest of the assignments. Usually you need an 80 or 90 or 100%, depending on the instructor, on one assignment to open up another. Since the lesson 14 video assignment hasn't been done, students shouldn't get access to the lesson 14 homework yet, and that's why the system isn't allowing me to use a late pass. Let me click Use Late Pass for the video assignment. It's telling me that I have 207 late passes left, and I'll be using 24 of them to reopen the assignment. Each late pass extends the original deadline 24 hours. What this means is this assignment was due 24 days ago, and I have to use 24 late passes to extend the deadline to today's date. I'm going to click Yes, Redeem Late Pass, and now you see the lesson 14 video assignment is now due on today's date, which is the date I'm making this video, May 21st. I can now click down here and access the assignment. A second way to access assignments and use late passes is through the gradebook. Let's go up to the gradebook link. There's two of them. You can use this gradebook link or the one on top. Either one works, it doesn't matter. The nice thing about the gradebook is you can see all of the assignments at once and you don't have to move around in the calendar to find them. And notice there's a Use Late Pass in all the assignments. For example, let me go down to lesson 14. Notice, unlike the calendar, I can use a late pass to extend the lesson 14 homework. This was not an option in the calendar. Watch what happens when I use a late pass here. I used a late pass, and I can tell because it says LP in the gradebook now for that assignment, and it has a due date of May 21st. But watch this. Let me go back to the calendar. I can go back to the calendar by clicking on this link back to the main page of the course. I've scrolled down to the calendar, and notice even though the lesson 14 homework was moved from April 27th to May 21st, it's grayed out and the link is not active. Once I get the required % correct on the lesson 14 video assignment, this link would be active and then I could access the homework. Doing well enough in the homework, of course, will open up the practice test and the real test. Now let me show you the real way you should be accessing your assignments. If I wanted to access lesson 14, you should just scroll way down to the bottom of the course and click lesson 14. And what you notice is instead of just having a link to the assignment, you see all the resources that you missed by accessing the assignments through the calendar. You also see the rules for the course. In this particular course, students had to earn a 90% on the video assignment in order to open the online homework. It also says they must earn a 90% on the online homework to be able to open up the optional practice test and the required test. So there's a lot more I'd like to show you about the course, but I've already said enough for this video, so we'll leave those other things for a different video.